What's up, everybody? I'm back with another Two Deals video, and I'm doing this with my hand so you can't see my address. Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Pecron. It's Pecron. Hey, Pecron. That's what I was just doing before I started filming this. I thought y'all might want to hear my song. Probably not. Anyway, the Pecron E600LFP. So the E probably stands for electric. The 600 stands for 600 watt hours, more than likely, something around there. And the LFP stands for LiFePO4, lithium iron phosphate. I only like F. You just said iron. Yeah, F is iron and the periodic table. So anyway, we open up the box. It's a double box. Bam, bam. Wiggly Pam. Open up this, and the first thing you're greeted by is a nice little case with all your, a nice little case that's holding all of your pertinent cords and stuff. But I just want to say before we open it up, it's a nice soft but also rigid around the corners case, so not likely to be smashed easily, but solid. Also feels like, if you, especially if you sprayed this with some type of the name evades me, but you know what I'm talking about. You would spray it on you. It just came and went again. On your furniture or shoes, Scotch Guard, bam. This will be waterproof, so something to consider. So open it up. We have a little cubby here for manuals and information. And you have a power brick, which is interesting because the EcoFlows, this is basically built in. So I'm very curious to see if this is going to be needed to charge the device up, because that big. And then also the other end of that cord, which it's looking like it. Then, and as far as EcoFlow goes, when I'm talking about like the Wave 2 and the River 2, I have some other EcoFlow stuff over there we need to open up. But then you also have your solar charging cable. It doesn't appear to be universal, because I know this for a fact will not fit an EcoFlow. And then you have your DC likely charging cord, because this is a thick old wire. So let's get on to the good stuff. All right, so I'm going to probably need two hands, because this thing is not exactly a featherweight. Got your nice cushion there. And there it is. In the, I thought I was going to, oh yeah, I was about to say, I see a handle. Woo! Been with your knees. It's your knees, use the knees. All right. Now we have, this looks like it would probably rival, I would say. Ugh. That's not light. I don't want to say what I think of the rival, because it's still in the box over there, but I would say like the River 2 Pro. So here we are here. We have our DC input. I was about to say, that looks super small. I don't think you can stick the cigarette lighter in there, but yes, that's a DC input for the charger that I did show you. This right here is likely for solar, right there. And then you have your DC output, right? And there's your on and off switch for that. Turn the DC on, DC out on, and the AC out on. The River 2 is like that as well. They don't come just on, because if you have it on, that I have the inverter running, which uses up quite a bit of energy. So it'll just be draining your battery for nothing. So when you're ready to have those on, you want those buttons. So that's actually a really good feature. Over here you have your USB-Cs, one 100 watt, one 18 watt, 18 watt USB-A, and 18 watt USB-A. On the top we have a little spot here for wireless charging, which I thought was brilliant. Surprised others don't do that. Fan vents on the side. Fan vents on the side. Ugh. Nothing on the back. Ow. Information on the bottom. Now, this isn't light. I'm about to weigh this real quick. But I also want to talk about the AC out ports. I appreciate that these are all grounded ports. I've seen others. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. That is not a grounded port at all. Is it not? It's just a mouth. Huh. What's that about? So I have to look that up. Maybe we're in a situation where you don't necessarily need the ground for, three-pronged devices. Let me turn that off. Maybe you don't need the grounding for the three-pronged devices because of the way this whole thing is set up. It's not like it's running through a house and through a breaker panel and all of that and could catch fire, could make the house burn down. This is probably set up in a way where that's not necessary, but they have these gaps here for the third prong to go into. That is a total assumption. Leave a comment below if you really know and if what I'm saying is true. So what we're going to do, I'm going to treat this electronic right, as I do all my electronics. Before I even think about turning this on or doing anything with it, I'm going to give it a full charge. Real quick though, I'm going to go ahead and weigh this. And I'm actually using another little power bank here, this DB Power. This is my first experience with portable generators, and this is like a little, this is actually 250 watts lithium ion. And I actually got this maybe almost a year ago. I made a video about a long time ago when I really didn't understand this stuff. And I think this thing was cheap. I think it was like $75, $80 to $100. It wasn't that much money, all things considered. But anyway, we're not talking about that because I don't even know if that company's around anymore. I'm going to look it up. This thing weighs 20 pounds, 12 ounces. And I'm going to go ahead because I actually legitimately forgot the specs on this thing. I do know it's 1200 watts out, but I don't recall the capacity of the battery. Let's check that out. All right, everything's on the bottom. So yes, 614 watt hours. That's why the 600 is there. 1200 watts out AC max. And yeah, so 614 watt hours and 20 pounds. One thing I just noticed about this thing, I like it. It's a real cube. It can be upside down perfectly fine because these bumpers protect the top. It's protected on every front. Now, I think that's something no one really talks about. It's kind of heavy, so I don't want to smush my fingers. But yeah, it's a nice little cube. No one talks about this. This can go any kind of way here. I don't want to slam. Yeah, look, it won't rock. It's steady. That's quite impressive. It's little things like that should be advertised that nobody's really talking about. Oh, and as an aside, I just want to say I haven't charged this thing in like a year and it's still fully charged. That's crazy! Alright, currently the Pecron is charging. Yes, you have a brick going there. Now this does add some extra level of protection. But honestly, other devices have this as well. They're just built in. And the fan is pretty loud. This thing does get pretty hot. You hear that? I thought that noise was coming from the unit itself, but it doesn't. Now, even with like the River 2 over there, when that's charging, that fan kicks on, and really it's just the power brick that's just inside of that's cooling off. Now, I want to show you, it takes a little minute to actually get going. When you plug this in first, it's going to be a green light. When you plug it in, and it sits there for a few minutes, I guess, calibrating everything, calculating the time left to charge. It's been like maybe 10 minutes, and it's already gone from 66 to 76. You can see the watts in, how many watts it's pulling, 275 watts. And then you can see the time remaining to full. At first, I was thinking it wasn't going to do that, but I'm pleasantly surprised and happy to see that it does, because I was whipping that. I was actually gearing up to whip the EcoFlow out to show that comparison to the way they charge. But yeah, all those things are the same. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the manual just to make sure I'll be operating this thing correctly, because I am curious of what those two holes are. And that'll be it. That's it for the unboxing right now. There's nothing to really talk about. I'm going to use this, and then I'll come back with my overall thoughts in comparison to the EcoFlow products. And yeah, that is it. Hope this is helpful. If you have this and you've had some experience with it, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys next time.